Hello, everyone. Welcome to the online presentation of the Poland Creative Tech Startups Report 2025, the first in-depth exploration of Poland's dynamic creative tech sector and its key enablers. I'm happy to say that this initiative was made possible through a partnership between Fuelarts and the Polish Creative Industries Development Center, known in Poland as CRPK, and is proudly co-financed by the Ministry of Culture and National Heritage of Poland. We are much obliged to those two organizations. So over the past 6 months, our teams have conducted that extensive research, uncovered investment trends, educational innovations, and regional collaborations that are shaping Poland's creative tech ecosystem today. It's my big pleasure to introduce you to our today's hosts, Director of CRPK, Aleksandra Szymańska, Agnieszka Cichocka, founder of Dream & Vision and the representative of Fuelarts in European Union. And I'm Denis Belkevich, the general partner at Fuelarts. Hi, everyone, and thank you for your work, for your collaboration.
Hi.
Hello, hi.
Aleksandra, so the stage is yours. Please proceed with your welcome word.
Thank you so much. With an introduction, welcome everyone in my interiors in Warsaw, virtually, as you can see in my background. So Creative Industries Institute supports development of creative industries and sectors by gathering knowledge, by fostering networking and providing both expert and financial support, also by building synergies with other areas of development and innovation, and such as technology. Technology is one of those areas. We believe that in potential of technology to unlock new forms of artistic value and economic value. So we are truly happy to introduce this report because, of course, we see it not as a final word. We treat it as the beginning. Actually, we treat it as the foundation on which we can build more connected, inclusive, and relative creative tech ecosystem in Poland. And we are happy to share knowledge about it with you. So I will use this opportunity to say thank you to our partners, to Fuelarts, to Denis Belkevich and Agnieszka Cichocka. We worked on that project for many months. It was a huge work and effort. Also, I would like to thank very much to my team of Creative Industries Institute and to many individuals who also contributed to this effort, our partners, researchers, people who supported gathering data. So I do hope that this report will serve once as a source of insights for us, but also as a catalyst for action. And that's it for the beginning. Agnieszka, Denis, the floor is yours. I hope you will say all the important and key findings from the report, so we'll enhance people to open it and to download it and to read it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Aleksandra. I would only add that we'll try to be short, not to disclose all the information as of now. Not only to provoke people to download the report and to explore it, but also preserving the time needed for making your decisions, actions, and success in the field of creative tech, which is more important because time is key. So, Agni, what would you like to add before we start?
Yes, so thank you, Denis and Aleksandra, because I remember this moment when I came to Aleksandra and we discussed the idea. And although Fuelarts has published several international reports before, from Miami to Switzerland, I was hoping that one day we can do it in Poland and that we can create such a report in Poland. And thank you so much that you were eager to do it and that we started working on that, because as you both mentioned, it's a work in progress, and we would like it to be the first step to bring together the creative tech ecosystem in Poland and its enablers. And I'm really very happy and excited that we can show that Poland's creative and tech legacy is rich and maybe yet under acknowledged. But with this report, we want to show it to a broader audience, and we are publishing it in Polish and English. So so on one hand for the whole ecosystem in Poland, so that it's easy to navigate for everyone, but also we want to show it and present it broadly to the global ecosystem, and to show others also what is happening in Poland, and to show where the good parts are, and where also, you know, like there is a space for more innovation and more work to do. And yes, so I would like to stress that we're very grateful to CRPK and the whole team, and also to the Ministry of Culture and National Heritage, as they made it possible. And so we hope that this report will be a great resource for students and entrepreneurs and policymakers, and that this intersection of creativity and innovation will be shown in an even better way than it is now. So thanks so much.
Thank you, Agnieszka. So let's dive into the report. Yes. So in recent 3 years, Fuelarts have published alone or in partnership with different ministries of cultures, universities, or local countries' governments, 8 reports devoted to art tech. Then we moved to creative tech. So the Polish report is the 8th report in our timeline, in our traction, and we're proud of it. But first of all, we'd like to mention those who also contributed to that report in terms of the interviews, because the significant value of that report lies in those interviews with Poland opinion leaders. We are happy to briefly present them to you. Yes, we'll start with Aleksandra Szymańska, Director of CRPK, and our today's co-host and speaker. Robert Latosz represents Glaze and as part of Well of Art, the founder of Glaze and Well of Art. Anna Maria Żurek, founder of Quilla.io. Matt Szymanowski, writer, director, film director, and founder of PLTO. Susanna Stanska, founder of Daily Art, recognized by Netflix and other international brands. Wojtek Hazanowicz, co-founder and CEO of Mosaic, represents music industry. For VC, for investment relations, the speakers were Kuba Dudek, partner at Speed Up Venture Capital Group, and Diana Kazarska, a founding partner at Smoke Ventures. In the part devoted to the education, you could find a brilliant interview with Rafał Maslik, professor at the Faculty of New Media Arts. And yeah, we also have a double interview with a double number of insights from Aga Samitowska and Maciej Dulski. They both represent ZAIX Lab and Media Tech Lab. And also Aga is a co-founder of Music Tech Poland, one of the top events and institutions in the music industry of Poland. So Daniel Swierczewski, head of IT department at ZAIX, also represents music. Yeah, you can say too much. There is too much attitude towards music, but you know, listen, Poland is the homeland, the country where Frederick Chopin was born, and as you could see from the report, it has not only a great cultural heritage in music, but also perfect music startups there. And yes, finally, the Web3 scene is represented by Alessandro Benini, who moved to Poland from the United Kingdom and represents his two companies, Web3 Vortex and Market Table. He is also good in reporting, so he's publishing reports on Web3 and digital assets industry. Yeah, from here you can now download the report. For those who are watching, you can find, yes, you can scan the QR codes. For direct access, we do not require any kind of registration there. So to spread the report to as much people as possible, so click on the English version and Polish version. And meanwhile we're moving forward. That was a brief overview of our speakers. Now we'll present
Dennis,
each part.
if I can just add maybe
Yes.
that we chose the speakers, like we wanted to show different perspectives. So Denis was bravely reading the Polish names and surnames. So you could see that we had, or we have in the report, different perspectives. On one hand, people who are founders of startups, and some of them are globally acknowledged as well. On the other hand, we're having interviews with those that are working for universities or who came to Poland to work here in the creative tech sector. So also we have some perspectives of the VC funds. So we really wanted to bring together different areas like music, arts, and also different perspectives from the VC to universities.
You said that I was too brave reading Polish surnames. How many mistakes did I make?
No, none really. So I don't know. I think you
because I'm quarter Polish. I'm
night.
quarter Polish. That's why I'm quite familiar with your grammar. So yeah, let's dive into it. And compared to Fuelarts' previous reports, this Polish edition introduces several important innovations. So for the first time, we've included a visual guide showing how various stakeholders within the creative industries, like students, professionals, entrepreneurs, founders, and creative tech investors can benefit from this report. So this infographic helps to identify your role and highlight the most relevant insights and pages tailored to your needs. Also, we've improved one of our previous infographics. In our previous publications, we presented our own model of creative economy with the creative tech as its, at its core. And that was the version of the infographic originally developed in collaboration with ZCCI, Zurich Center for Creative Economies from Switzerland. But now it has been a bit refined together with our Polish partner, CRPK, Aleksandra and her team, to reflect the local context. Agni, could you please present the first part of the report?
Yes, but also I'm a master of adding things. So if I could add something to the previous slide, is that there is a lot of fuss, I would say, around different terminology. So also our great aim within the report was that we just wanted to show all the terminology in one. And this is also very important for us. Also, our aim throughout the whole report was to show that creative tech is, as successful industry as fintech, or might be as successful as health tech. Maybe it's not there yet, but it could be. And that, investors should have a look at this area as well. And that's why, we're showing all this terminology, because it is important for us and, to make the investors understand that also they are already investing in creative tech, but, creative tech is not a very popular term. So I just wanted to add this. And in the first chapter...
Let me add some more. You've compared health tech and creative tech, and I believe that creative tech should outperform investments into health tech, and that's why, because more than 50% of our diseases and illnesses are connected with neurology. So our nerves are responsible for that. And creative industry and arts in particular, whatever, film, music, are the best cures, the best healers for that. That's why investing in creative tech, we just reduce the quantity of illnesses and diseases.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
Okay. Don't add anything, but just proceed.
Okay, I will. But I promise I'll be adding further on. Okay, so in the first chapter, we show general data on Creative Poland. And also here you will find a dedicated infographic highlighting the 16 Polish voivodeships and how they contribute to Poland's culture, identity, and international image. Also, what I wanted to add, as we mentioned previously, that we're doing this report in 2 language versions and for 2 audiences, really, like the Polish one and the international one. So we're also adding a lot of information on Poland's history within creative tech or creativity, because we want to show the heritage as well, and how, what led to the situation that we're in now. And so here on this slide, you can see key milestones that are covering the evolution of creative tech and the cultural development of Poland. Also, we visualized here the creative entrepreneurship journey. So from ideas and prototypes to startup formation, the exit scenarios, and their integration into the ecosystem of real businesses. And here you can see the full life cycle that every founder aspires to navigate. So I think this will be interesting for you. You can also see, the numbers within advertisement or architecture, art, etc.
Cool. Thank you, Agni. Now the stage is mine. So the second part, we traditionally dive into the world of creative tech startups with numbers, and as mentioned, all mentioned figures are presented visually. So, for instance, here we can see that creative tech startups in Poland, for instance, represent only 3% in numbers, but only 0.4% in funding compared to all Polish startups. And further in the report, we discover why it happened and give finally the solution for that. Here you can explore a breakdown of investment distribution across the 4 core links of creative tech value chain, which are traditionally production, trade management, and analytics. This page presents the description and of creative tech startups and as they distribute across those 13 industry segments. For instance, we observed that the largest concentration in startups in Poland falls within the fields of media, advertisement, and art in numbers of startups. But when it comes to funding distribution, the picture changes. So the design segment received the highest cumulative funding, followed by art, and then gaming. So this contrast highlights the difference between startup volume and actual capital attraction across segments. One of my favorite pages, as always, is devoted to M&A activity. All the startups are trying to end up with M&A. And here we highlight Polish creative tech companies that successfully exited or through public listings or M&A procedures or acquisitions. Compared to global benchmarks, Poland demonstrates a solid performance in M&A with a notable number of exits, which is a healthy indicator of ecosystem maturity. By the way, today, one of the pioneers of art tech, ArtNet, one of the largest companies in the world, the Glassbreaker, back in 1989. So they started their activity in 1989. They went through IPO procedure. So they became public. They were acquired for reportedly 73 million. So again, that didn't happen in Poland, but ArtNet has German roots. Of course, we all are living in the age of AI, so that's why we continue providing our audience a clear breakdown of startups that utilize AI and those that do not. So detailed analysis available in the full report. And of course, we remain committed to supporting female founders. And once again, we've dedicated a full page to highlight their presence, challenges, and the role within the Polish creative tech ecosystem. Naturally, yeah, both founders and investors are keen on focusing on recent trends. So we visualize creative tech investments over the past 5 years, as well as in 2024 alone. Chapter number 3, Agni.
Yes, in this chapter,
take the stage.
Yes, in this chapter, we explore key individuals and companies that are operating across all 13 creative tech segments. And I want to add that, of course, this is, like our choice. These are not all the key players or key individuals, but we also tried here to combine, those events and those individuals that are creative tech, but also we mentioned here some festivals that are like the most renowned festivals or events in Poland, and they are not like fully creative tech, but they also add some elements or have some panel discussions or have some parts that are creative tech. So each segment here has its own page, and you can check it out as we highlight here a lot of industry events. So we hope that you might find there's something interesting and participate. Then also, for the first time in this Polish edition, we've introduced the visual breakdown of 3 career paths, and it's hired employees, startup founders, and established business owners. And we believe that it is important to offer the data-driven insights so that all individuals entering the creative industries and creative tech can decide which path suits them best, and it can be based on some realistic outcomes. Yes, and now we're going to chapter number 4. So Denis.
Yeah, one of the most traditionally anticipated parts of the report is about investors and their distribution. For instance, these pages illustrate Poland's investor landscape in creative tech, including individual investors, institutional and strategic investors, and crypto-focused funds, which are much less than the other parts. But we show not only who invested, but which types of capital are actively supporting this sector. Then on this page in particular, we show the geographical distribution of creative tech investments by country. It is clear that Europe dominates with a strong presence of cross-border investors. But we also are focusing on local Polish investors, showing their attitude, their involvement, and especially which voivodeships are home to investors that participated in funding rounds in creative tech startups. What's the practical use of it? Like for startups, this offer immediate insights into which regions offer the most of support and the best access to capital, and where it might be most strategic to initiate conversations or maybe relocating to some other voivodeship.
Yes, opportunities. Also in Poland, we do not have a VC fund that would be dedicated to creative tech, as well as we don't have any accelerator yet, of course, yet. And also we don't have yet an accelerator that would be dedicated just to creative tech. But here in the 5th chapter, we're focusing on different resources and infrastructure, from education and networking to acceleration and startup hubs. So despite the fact that we don't have a dedicated creative tech accelerator yet, We do show different accelerators in Poland where you can find support and which are like also accepting and working with projects and startups that are from the creative tech sector. We also provide an overview of the academic programs, and they're both from the tech side and the artistic side, I would say. And also the section concludes with the creative tech events timeline. So you can check out you have a list here of major local and international events and gatherings where the creativity and technology are interconnected, and you can plan your participation.
That chapter was quite small. That's why please proceed with another chapter. Please present number 6. And then we'll continue.
Yes. So the 6th chapter is dedicated to diversity and sustainability. And in this chapter, we focus on various events and educational programs and communities that are particularly dedicated or focused on women in technology. Also in this chapter, in the second part, we highlight minority groups within the creative tech ecosystem. Also, it's not just dedicated to creative tech, as also we don't have such groups, yet. I'll be adding it every time. That would be, concentrating on, let's say, women in creative tech, but also, those events and programs that we mention, they do include creative tech in their activities.
Thank you, Agni. So number 7, the last chapter, the 7th section presents the results of our survey conducted among Polish creative tech startups. And we truly believe that you'll find it interesting to compare the publicly available data in the first 6 chapters, which everyone can have access and verify, with the insights provided directly by the startups themselves, that due to the survey that we did with CRPK. So to offer an alternative perspective, we reached out to those startups and learned how they survive, how they exist, about their challenges and potential solutions to those challenges. So from this, we've drawn 8 key findings. So you'll find them in the report, and you could dive deeper into the results, downloading the report, and we'll proceed meanwhile to the last part of our presentation, which is called the room for improvement. So it was important not only to analyze and describe the creative tech ecosystem in Poland, but also to make concrete suggestions for improvement, and that's what this section does. We'll briefly present our findings and directions, vectors of improvement. Agnieszka, please start with the first one.
Sure. So we can see that many successful Polish founders move their companies abroad, and it makes it hard for local entrepreneurs to see Poland as a long-term base. And of course, it's for different reasons. But of course, the suggestion is that that we hope that those that build their success from Poland, that they will inspire others to grow locally. But also, we do hope that the policymakers will support Poland as, as a hub where from where you can scale. And I think we were discussing a lot that in Poland, there is not yet such a very strong creative tech ecosystem. So with this report and with all the activities of CRPK, we do hope to build such an ecosystem so that it supports the startups within this area much better, and that they can stay and get the support that they need.
Thank you, Agni. So we'll proceed to number 2 of 8. Agnieszka has mentioned earlier that there is no dedicated creative tech accelerator yet. There are many general accelerators in Poland, but most lack real funding and global competitiveness. They have only websites, and, a lack of followers in social networks. So we recommend improving the quality and financing of local accelerators to keep founders engaged inside Poland. Agnieszka, number 3, please.
Yes, also Poland has a very complex legal framework, and it does sometimes discourage many foreign investors. Also, sometimes investors, they require from the startups to move abroad so that they can run the due diligence easier and better. So, so of course, a shift toward more proactive policies and easier policies would be much better, and we are sure that it would help attract international capital.
Thank you. Yeah, we've noticed what we call expat investor phenomenon, that a lot of founders, Polish founders of Polish origin, who relocated to, let's say, United States and then successfully exited, they become investors. Not while they're working in Poland, but once they depart from Poland, they become investors, but they become investors in local Polish startups. So that's their contribution, that's their patriotism. Also, Polish founders often return as angel investors, but they should be encouraged to mentor local teams and bring in global co-investors as well as funding, because funding is great, but sharing their successful experience is, could be twice better. Number 5, please.
Yes, women remain underrepresented in creative tech, as we mentioned before, despite many existing support programs. So we would propose maybe combining grants with investment readiness training to build stronger and more competitive, of course, female-led startups, but also maybe some of the programs should concentrate on creative tech to bring more women within this sector.
Thank you. Yeah, we also saw a big dependence on grants from the startups, and that causes problems with structuring business models, because grants and unit economics are not that much friendly in some cases. So we know it's a very heavy reliance on public grants that can stifle real innovation. We would advise shifting some of that support towards financial education and sustainable business development. So if those grants could support educational programs, that would be better, in our opinion.
Yes, well, as we know, Polish is a difficult language and not many people know it. So we did see that many startups use only Polish in their communication on their websites and social media. So it's limiting the global reach. So of course, we would encourage everyone, all the institutions and all the startups, to add English version to attract international partners and investors, because otherwise it limits the visibility a lot.
Thank you. And the last but not least, so despite cultural strength in design literature, these areas lack, in Poland with its heritage, these areas lack creative tech investment. So with targeted support, Poland could unlock huge startup potential in its most historic creative sectors. We'll be happy to improve that situation in future. So that were the eight improvements that could be made right now with the help of CRPK, we believe. So again, please download the report, both versions, English and Polish version.
Also, if I can add something,
yes,
like,
sure.
so of course, we were using different databases, and like we can see also that not startups add themselves to those databases. So I think this is like something like a space for improvement as well, that like if you want to be visible in different reports, if you want to be visible globally, it's just good to take care of your visibility in all the global startup databases, and also to add their new information and monitor it on a regular basis, as we can see that, it doesn't always happen.
Yes, sure. Now I'd like to give a special thank to all the contributors to this report, starting from content and research provided by Agnieszka Cichocka from Dream and Vision, and I would like to thank Aleksandra Szymańska from CRPK. Yeah, thank you, Aleksandra, for you and for your work and for the work of your team. We believe that we would like you to present your team now yourself. Yeah, and from Fuelarts, our strategic advisory board remained untouched. Roxana Zarnagar, Daria Rzhavtseva, and Jeff Ashelman contributed to this report. Social media management, social media management was created by Yana Barkova from Dubai, and the design, as always, was created by our Ukrainian designer Alexei Kokhanov. Thank you, Alex, for that. Here in the design, you could see the combination of two biggest cultural values as Fuelarts and Alexei saw in Poland. It's a combination of one of the most represented Polish artists, Van Gogh, and also this design gets us back to the 16th century, where Nicholas Copernicus created his, I would say, infographics, his model of the universe. So this design combines past and nowadays and looks into the future. And yes, the design was created using the platform of our partners and our former graduates, Phygital Plus. We encourage everyone to use that platform as well. Aleksandra, could you please share some names from your team? We're obliged them for their considerable help.
Yes, thank you so much. And of course, with pleasure, I will say thank you to my team. I just would like to stress how much also we learned working on this report. So thank you for that. The startup world and discovering Polish potential for creative tech was also a huge lesson for us. And we treat it as a huge obligation also, and also as recommendations how to proceed further and what to do. So now let me thank you to not everybody, because actually we worked as a whole team in parts on the report, but especially I would like to say thank you to Marta Chtabowska, Artur Witkowski, Monika Głowacka, Marta Obłucka, Renata Pawłowska, people who were directly involved in our work. And also what I would like to say that we are not stopping here. This is not the end. I may promise that quite the opposite. We are going now to focus on several topics aligned with our mission and priorities, sectors, and findings of the report. We want to learn further from the creative and tech companies and startups in Poland and abroad, but also to use this opportunity to help organizations integrate technology into their strategies. And we also do hope that we will be able to monitor further. I wanted to say the state of Polish creative tech, but I will say the growth of creative tech in Poland. And referring to what you said, actively building creative technology ecosystem in Poland. Now I think we should let people download the report, and I do hope that we will get some feedback We will be waiting for that through social media, through any channels. You know, we are all good in tech, so let's use everything to give us feedback and to discuss further the findings of the report.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Aleksandra. Thank you, Agnieszka. If we receive questions in the next minute, we'll be happy to reply to that. But traditionally, as we present the reports, people are just downloading and reading, and they're like the calculated numbers of downloads of the reports are, are more valuable than the questions, because people are engaged into that information. Hope it would be helpful. I'd like to thank again Agnieszka for making that bridge between the US and Poland happened. We're making the next steps over that bridge, and we agreed with CRPK to use this summer to summarize what has been done and what could be done. In our mutual collaboration to help developing the creative tech scene in Poland. But I'm actually, what I can say I forgot to say, because I didn't plan it to be pronounced, but now I realized that I just remember that I was very surprised, but surprised in a good way, when Agnieszka told me that the Ministry of Culture and National Heritage of Poland created a special center for development of creative industries. And I said, wow, that's why they look into the future. They understand the value. So I put it somewhere on the shelf of my memory. And then Agni told me about the possibility to create the report. And then there was the request of the ministry. So that really means that you are on the right way, and the report is just one of the steps. So what you are doing is very both problem and solution focused. You have a great team to proceed, and you have great startups, and you have great government who understands that these particular things are needed right now.
Thank you so much on behalf of the ministry, and now I feel really obliged to prove our role in this process. Thank you.
I think I can add also that CRPK is bringing together investors and, not only startups, but different creative ideas. So also, if you're a startup or an investor that would be interested to hear more, also you can find our emails on the websites of Fuelarts and CRPK. So you can contact us, and we'll be happy to move it forward.
That would be very much appreciated.
Okay, thank you everyone, and see you in the nearest future. Throughout the summer, we'll try to surprise you again. And thank you again, Agnieszka and Aleksandra, for your support. Enjoy the report and take the value from it. It's worth. Okay.